There was a time when nobody had anything bad to say about Keanu Reeves. People respected him, admired him, and saw him as one of the most genuine personalities in Hollywood. In many ways, he represented the kind of person others wished to become. Calm, humble, and grounded in an industry known for the opposite. But then something changed. At one point, a powerful message came out that shocked people. It wasn't loud or aggressive, but it was honest. Someone who had spent years inside Hollywood, attending its biggest events, working with its most powerful figures, looked straight ahead and spoke openly about what they believed was wrong with the industry. That moment didn't sit well with Hollywood. In fact, it created tension that never really went away. That person was Jim Carrey. Before becoming a global star, Jim Carrey lived a life that most people in Hollywood could never relate to. At just 16 years old, he left school because his family was struggling financially. They had lost stability, and everyone had to work just to survive. For a period of time, they lived in a van. Jim worked long shifts alongside his family, doing basic jobs just to make ends meet. While other teenagers were enjoying normal life, Jim was focused on helping his family and holding on to a dream, to make people laugh. His early attempts at comedy were far from successful. When he performed at a comedy club in Toronto for the first time, he was rejected badly. The crowd didn't just dislike his act, they pushed him off the stage. Most people would have given up after that kind of experience. Jim didn't. He kept trying. He auditioned multiple times for major opportunities like Saturday Night Live, but he was rejected again and again. Even when he finally got a television show, it failed quickly. Doors kept closing in his face. But those years of struggle built something important inside him. They made him strong. They made him fearless. By the time success came, he wasn't someone who could easily be controlled or intimidated. In 1994, everything shifted. Within a single year, Jim Carrey starred in 3 major films: Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. All 3 were massive hits. Almost overnight, he became one of the biggest stars in the world. With that level of fame came something else: access. Jim was now invited into exclusive spaces. He met powerful people, attended elite events, and got a closer look at how the industry really worked behind the scenes. And what he saw didn't sit right with him. Jim began to realize something unusual. The version of himself that the world loved, the energetic, funny, over-the-top personality, wasn't really who he was anymore. It was a character. Hollywood loved that character. It made money. It sold tickets. But the real person behind it started to feel disconnected from it all. This became even more intense during the filming of Man on the Moon, where Jim played comedian Andy Kaufman. He didn't just act the role, he fully lived it. For months, he stayed in character, to the point where even people around him felt uncomfortable. When the film ended, Jim faced a serious question. If he could lose himself so easily in a role, then who was he really? That question stayed with him. Over time, Jim became more open about his thoughts. He started questioning the way Hollywood worked. He spoke about how the industry creates characters and expects people to live within them. He also made moments that confused or shocked the public. During one talk show appearance, he joked about secret symbols and hidden systems controlling entertainment. Many people laughed it off as comedy, but others felt there was something more behind it. Later, during a red carpet interview, he said something even more unusual. He claimed that identity itself was an illusion. That statement made headlines, with many calling it strange or concerning. But from his perspective, he was simply trying to explain what he had learned after years inside the system. By 2022, Jim Carrey made a major decision. He stepped away. He said he was tired and wanted a different life. To many, it seemed like he was finally done with Hollywood. The industry, in a way, seemed relieved. A person who had become unpredictable was no longer in the spotlight. But the story didn't end there. A couple of years later, Jim returned briefly for a project. During that time, he spent time working alongside Keanu Reeves. Now, Keanu is not someone who speaks often or creates drama. He's known for being private and careful with his words. So when he showed strong respect and admiration for Jim, people paid attention. Behind the scenes, it's believed that Jim shared deeper thoughts and experiences, things he hadn't fully expressed in public before. And according to some accounts, those conversations left a strong impression on Keanu. In early 2026, Jim Carrey appeared in Paris to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award. Instead of celebration, something unexpected happened. Viewers online began to question what they were seeing. Longtime fans noticed differences. His appearance, his behavior, even his energy felt different. People started asking a strange question. Was that really Jim Carrey? The moment became a major topic of discussion. Some believed it was simply age or change. Others felt something didn't add up. When asked directly, Jim didn't address the question clearly. He moved past it quickly, which only added to the mystery. This is where things become more serious. Keanu Reeves is one of the few people in Hollywood with a completely clean reputation. No major scandals. No public drama. Widely respected by both fans and industry professionals. So when reports began to suggest that he had concerns about Jim Carrey's situation, people started paying closer attention. Because if someone like Keanu is asking questions, it means something. Whether all of this is coincidence, misunderstanding, or something deeper, one thing is clear. Jim Carrey changed. He went from being one of the most entertaining figures in Hollywood to someone who questioned everything about it. He warned people. He stepped away. And when he returned, things didn't feel the same. Jim once said something simple but powerful. Be careful what you believe, because the system can make good people look bad, and bad people look good. Whether you agree with him or not, it's a statement that makes you think. And maybe that was his goal all along.